Alrighty, folks. It's time for bracket play. 2019 Leatherneck Classic Men's bracket. So that means we can change the graphic to say bracket instead of practice. Our featured matches this round, once again, a total of 4 matches. They do have a lane between each, so we're going with lanes 9 and 10, which you're seeing at the moment currently. Calumet, the 4 seed, versus Wisconsin Whitewater, the 5 seed. Our other match is on 13 and 14, number 3 Wichita State versus number 6 Hastings College, who had the big final set to move up a few spots in the standings. But for right now, it looks like we might be a little bit behind on 13 and 14 to start, so we're going to go ahead and kick things off with Calumet and Wisconsin Whitewater. Our other matches at the low end of the house on 5 and 6, top seed McHenry taking on the last team in, St. Francis, Illinois. So both teams who were out heading into that final game ended up in Lindenwood and Grandview, fall out of the top 8. Lindenwood in 9th, Grandview in 10th. And then on the high end of the house, 17 and 18, St. Ambrose, the 2 seed, taking on number 7, Rock Valley. My name is Aaron Smith with USBC Communications. We've been at Highland Park Bowl throughout the course of the weekend. And now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty and essentially moments away from crowning the titleist at the 19th edition of the Leatherneck Classic. We'll do our best to get the outside scores as well as those games go on. But 13 and 14, not, as you can kind of see on the right portion of your screen, not showing at the moment. We'll get to that one though as we kind of go through our matches. We'll do our best to go back and forth, get a little bit of everything from these two matchups on opposite ends of the bracket, so, or opposite sides of the bracket, I should say. So we had no re-oil, so this is the leftovers from our 16 games of Baker qualifying earlier today on the 37-foot Kegel Radium oil condition. Here were our reports. Is that they were pretty nice when you could still stay out toward the gutter. Once you started to have to move in, that's when things got tricky, got tough. So now we'll see. We're probably getting to about that halfway point in the block that we were yesterday, so going to expect folks to be farther left as we see Whitewater crossing there, about 16-17 at the arrows. Can ask for a much better shot though. Calumet, nice shot, keeps things even through 2. Best of 3 throughout the course of the bracket. Early look for St. Ambrose. They opened their first 2 frames. Rock Valley opened the first, spare in the second. All right, and it looks like we're having the technical difficulties on 13 and 14 are meaning they're going to shut that pair down. So they're going to move to the very high end of the house, 21 and 22. So let's see. 17-18 is a bit of a stretch. I think we can pull it off. So while we're in the early going of the Calumet Whitewater match, game 1. We'll see if we can adjust the camera a little bit to maybe get a little bit of the St. Ambrose Rock Valley match. So everyone hang tight. Game 1 underway. We'll get you updates as they come along. Bracket play, Leatherneck Classic. Let's go. All right. It's not pretty, but we got a camera on 17 and 18. They're a few frames behind, so we will stay on 9 and 10 with Calumet and Wisconsin Whitewater here in game one. As they wrap things up, that double from Brandon Mooney in the 10th is all but going to lock up game one for the Warhawks. Just need 6 pins to shut out, or if Calumet does not strike on this shot right here. So this one officially in the books. Let's go over to 17 and 18. St. Ambrose on lane 17 in frame number 8. And these two teams fairly even, taking on Rock Valley College. They're just getting started or still practicing with Hastings and Wichita State, so that game's going to slow us down a little bit here. As you can see, they're still practicing away down there. Looks like a max score right now for St. Francis, Illinois, over on 5 and 6 is 199. 202 still out there for McHenry. Whitewater takes game one with 219. As the 9th frame for St. Ambrose. So advantage right now, Rock Valley. They won the Titan Invite last week in the bracket as the 5 seed, looking to capture that same magic as the 7 seed this week here at the Leatherneck Classic. There's a 9th frame for Rock Valley. And that shot, wide of target, doesn't lose anything on count though. So with the spare, Rock Valley would hold a 1-pin advantage heading into the 10th, assuming both players spare. So it looks like 199 for St. Francis, so our tournament MVP, Charlie Reed, is going to have to step up and double in the 10th. He got the first one already. And it looked like he got it. Sounded like he got it. So just count. And MCK is going to take a 1-0 lead. We are waiting out the 10th frame here. Big spare for Rock Valley. All right, no problem on the 1-2-4-8. They're going to hold a 1-pin advantage heading into the 10th. St. Ambrose can do nothing but apply pressure right now. Gets the first one. Can Rock Valley match? Big finish. Last 5 for McHenry to sneak out a 202, 199 win to go up 1-0 against St. Francis, Illinois. Whitewater 219 to 173 against Calumet, up 1-0. Rock Valley responds with a strike. Here we go. We'll go back to Whitewater and Calumet after the conclusion of this finish right here. Double, keep the pressure on. And with that, any type of mark's a guaranteed victory. For Rock Valley, they go up 1-0. Not going to be pretty. So 152 would be enough to win, but W is a W. Still practicing on the high end of the house. Mark wins it. Trip 4 will do. Any way you slice it. So Rock Valley's going up 1-0. Let's go back to Calumet and Wisconsin Whitewater. The Warhawks up 1-0, 219 to 173 against Calumet in the opener. Strong start for both teams here. Great shot there from Alec Carr. Pete Virgo's looking to match. Keep game 2 even. Final tally, Rock Valley 160, St. Ambrose 149. Virgo's is going to step off here. McHenry took game 1 with a late 5-bagger over St. Francis, Illinois, 202 to 199. Brandon Mooney. 4 in a row. Wisconsin Whitewater. Just as a reminder, we did have a breakdown. We were supposed to be on 13 and 14 for our Wichita State Hastings matchup, the 3-6. So they are all the way down on 21 and 22 now. And they're literally just starting game 1, so they're going to be a game behind everyone else, but in best of 3. You could easily make that up if one team happens to sweep. Dylan Dobrin, the left-hander for Calumet here, left with a 2-4-7 and an open frame. All the momentum right now in favor of Wisconsin Whitewater, Andrew Heritage, who ironically enough transferred from Calumet College. Looking to add another one on. Six in a row now for Wisconsin Whitewater. Daniel Chin, runner-up at junior gold this year, looking to bring it back. And insult to injury for Calumet, 4-9. This is an opportunity for David Eggert. To knock him out right here. 3-6-10. Back-to-back opens for the Crimson Wave. They are in trouble right now. Max score 234. I got scary there for a second, not going to lie. David said, I wasn't worried though. I got this. So just marking out essentially for Wisconsin Whitewater is going to get them the sweep and move on to the next round. All Calumet College can do right now is put some strikes together and hope for some help. There's a 1. Manny Sanchez. Good shot there by Alec Carr. Doing what you need to do in this situation. Put it in the 1-3. that hit's just going to about do it for Calumet. Actually, it's officially over now. Wisconsin Whitewater has already done enough at 2:15 already, so max for Calumet 2:14, so that one's over. Whitewater is moving on to the next round. Just a matter of final score. They're going to face the winner of McHenry and St. Francis. It's about halfway through game 2. Still in the early going of game 2, Rock Valley and St. Ambrose, and in game 1 in the early going, we have Hastings and Wichita State. Our first team moving on to the semifinals, the Warhawks. Get there in convincing fashion. 2:19 in the opener, and chance of getting to the 250s here. We'll go back to St. Ambrose and Rock Valley in a moment. Once again, these are best of 3, so fast, furious pace of Baker play continues on. So let's do that right now after head way back on over. 17-18. So Rock Valley is going to be on the left. St. Ambrose is going to be on the right. The angle is a little bit farther than we had anticipated this round due to a lane breakdown. Those things happen though. So Rock Valley took game 1, 160 to 149. Looks like St. Ambrose has found something on lane 18. They're in great position to put this to 3. One team has advanced. Wisconsin Whitewater in the semifinals. Past champion here. At the Leatherneck Classic. Won the bracket in 2015. Final tally, Whitewater 246, Calumet 179. Calumet eliminated to finish the weekend in 4th place. Whitewater facing the winner of McHenry and St. Francis. We're going to step away with St. Ambrose in command of this match. See if we can make some more camera adjustments, maybe get a little bit of the McHenry St. Francis game, so hang tight. Once again, Rock Valley on your left, St. Ambrose on the right. All right, before we could get the cameras over to 5 and 6, McKendree has completed the sweep. Just a matter of final score. St. Francis, Illinois finished with 173. And 2:15 for McKendree. So we have a semifinal match set. McKendree against Wisconsin Whitewater. Going to have a game 3 between Rock Valley and St. Ambrose. St. Ambrose taking game 2 by a sizable margin. But once again, take your wins how you can get them. You can see Rock Valley discussing some strategy here, I'm sure. Said, we did this last week, team. This is actually the first loss they've had in 2 weeks. So how are they going to come back and do what they need to do? Continue this run. 2:01 for St. Ambrose. Game 3 coming up next. A little bit too far to see scoreboards for Wichita State and Hastings. Gonna run down and get you an update on that match.
Trying to look at when I was over here.
I'm afraid it does it in the analytics afterwards, but not live. So.
I was curious.
Yeah. I mean, usually those events aren't terribly crazy, mostly because all the people who would be watching. All right, Hastings takes a game 1 against Wichita State. 184 to 168. So they are moving into game 2. We are now in game 3 on our featured pair. St. Ambrose now has moved over to lane 17. Rock Valley on 18. The teams have swapped wins. The first game, pretty rough all around. 160 to 149, Rock Valley with the dub. St. Ambrose bounced back 201 to 152 in game 2. Both teams starting off with opens. And St. Ambrose with a washout to convert here. I believe this is Zach Denton. Able to kick the head pin over to the 10. Other side of the bracket, once again, that matchup set. To get some excitement from Rock Valley right there. Taking the early advantage. Cameron Crow from the left side. Strong side. statement right back. McKendree and Wisconsin Whitewater swept St. Francis, Illinois, and Calumet, respectively. They will face off in lanes 7 and 8 next, the semifinals. Now patiently awaiting the conclusion of the matches on the high end. The winners of these matches will go to 15 and 16. There's a double. Fighting Bees are buzzing right now. And that's some trouble here for the Golden Eagles. Getting 2 on a big 4 is one thing, but missing a single pin at this point going to be potentially inexcusable. Brandon Dodge for St. Ambrose, making it 3 in a row after a pair of opens to start. Can Rock Valley get something going here? There's one. And Rock Valley just cannot get any momentum. All right, Wichita State has gotten out of the gates fast. So looks like they're in great position to even up that match way down there at the high end. And St. Ambrose is done what it's needed to do. Adds another one. Bounce back nicely after a pair of open frames to kick things off, to put itself in position to move on to the next round. St. Ambrose. It's been strong all season. They haven't made too much noise in bracket play, though, from some of the events we've been at, but got to put together a nice comeback victory here. Move on to the semifinals. So St. Ambrose will be moving on one pair to the left over to 15 and 16 for the next matchup. So our angles will get a little bit better for this round. We'll actually be a little bit farther away for 7 and 8. And for good measure, bring it on back. All right, we'll get you an update on our far match over there, but right now, confident that's going to 3. As a matter of final score, St. Ambrose eliminating Rock Valley. So we'll see if we can. We're not going to have a good angle to it, folks. There's unfortunately not much we can do about that, but we'll see if we can angle the camera a little bit more, at least get some of the reaction. 204. Winner for St. Ambrose moving on to the next round. So everyone hang tight. We still have Wichita State and Hastings. So we'll see what we can do for that. All right, folks. Can now at least watch part of the Wichita State Hastings match. Not ideal by any stretch, of course, but that's okay. We make adjustments. They were originally supposed to be on 13-14. We had a little bit of a breakdown, so had to move to the high end. Wichita State game 1 at game number 2, 200 to 158 to force this deciding matchup. Already in the books, McHenry 2-0 sweep against St. Francis, Illinois. Wisconsin Whitewater 2-0 victory over Calumet College. And St. Ambrose won the final 2 games to defeat Rock Valley 2-1. St. Ambrose will face the winner of Wichita State and Hastings. And McHenry and Whitewater will be the other semifinal matchup. So right now we're kind of in a holding pattern as we said, we're a little bit too far away to really get a good angle of this matchup. But we'll have a much better angle for the semifinals coming up next. St. Ambrose is going to be on 15 and 16. Then our other matchup will be on 7 and 8. Still on the early going of this matchup, so we'll have to walk down there periodically just to take a glance at the scoreboard. It's still in the early going. The deciding game, Wichita State and Hastings, round 1 Leatherneck Classic bracket ongoing here in the men's competition. Thank you again for joining us here on Bowl TV. We are at Highland Park Bowl in Moline, Illinois. We'll go down, we'll go grab some updates, get prepared for the next round as well, get some cameras moved around. But everyone hang tight as we see who's making the run at the next round in St. Ambrose in the semifinals. All right, string of strikes in the middle of the game has put Hastings in a favorable position. And this single pin from Wichita State. It's going to make things pretty rough here. So we've seen Hastings have success in bracket play, winning the Mid-States Championships from the 7th seed. They're the 6th seed here, but talked about it a little bit yesterday when we were talking about our top 5 programs we've seen so far, and that they're kind of the cool, calm, and collected, steady rolling program, and they're continuing to prove it. They're going to send a strong Wichita State team home a little early here. So just a matter of final score, although there's a split there for Trenton Johnston, but match was well in hand. Gonna roll down and see if we can get some final tallies, some final numbers for you as the final match of round 1 is coming to a close. All right, everybody, with that, round 1 has concluded. Final tally over there, 204 to 177. Hastings eliminates Wichita State. So our matchups coming up for the semifinal. McHenry, the number 1 overall seed, will take on Wisconsin Whitewater in lanes 7 and 8. Whitewater, the number 5 seed. Hastings, the number 6 seed, and will take on number 2 St. Ambrose on 15 and 16.
Number 1 McHenry versus number 5 Whitewater on 7 and 8. And number 6 Hastings versus number 2 St. Ambrose on 15 and 16. 16. We're going to give Hastings just a couple minutes to regroup and get ready. You'll get 10 shots on each lane, and you can make surface adjustments during your practice session as well. I'll get you started here in just a minute.
So we're going to take a few minutes before starting the semifinals. 10 shots on each lane, surface adjustments allowed. So we're going to step away, make sure our cameras are looking all right for these upcoming matches, so hang tight. Semifinals coming up next here. Bowl TV, Leatherneck Classic Men's Competition, down to 4. All right, everybody. Final few shots of practice coming up here. Semifinals, 2019 Leatherneck Classic taking place at Highland Park Bowl in Moline, Illinois. My name is Aaron Smith with USBC Communications. We are excited to see the conclusion here as we get closer to crowning a new champion in 2019. Our 2018 champion Grandview fell just short of making the bracket, so they will not defend the title. So we'll have a new school claiming the victory in 2019. Our semifinal matchups, haven't started yet, once again, still in practice. But St. Ambrose and Hastings, best of three Baker format. St. Ambrose in the blue, Hastings in the red, the black, and the white. Our other look's going to be really can't use the colors here because they have very similar colors, but McKendree and Wisconsin Whitewater. McKendree, the top overall seed, so they will get the maximum amount of competition points in looking towards postseason play. But bragging rights still to be determined. So as we mentioned, we'll be going back and forth. We'll try to do our best to determine when's a good time to switch for. Taking action in both matchups. Definitely, if a match is getting, if there's potential blowouts happening, we will potentially stay away from those to get the other matches if they're a little bit closer. If we got temp frames coming down to the final shot, as long as they're not both happening at the same time, which would be incredibly difficult, but probably equally as fun. But we'll do our best to go back and forth and try to get you guys as much of these semifinals as we can. I can't say one team is faster or slower off the top of my head, so for right now it's just going to be good old-fashioned free-for-all. As we get closer to our title match, that'll be on lanes 11 and 12, so we'll have one more camera adjustment left to go. Looks like McKendree and Whitewater have each completed their 10 shots on each lane. McKendree defeated St. Francis, Illinois 202 to 199 and 215 to 173. Whitewater swept Calumet 219 to 173 and 246 to 179. So both teams above 200 in each instance. McKendree had to rally that first game, though. They threw the back five to get to 202 and sneak out a win. Intense. McKendree was pretty loud there. St. Ambrose just had a small let's get it. Whitewater pretty quiet there. Hastings, once again, the cool, calm, and collected crew of the bunch. They're just ready to bowl. So it looks like we're actually going to start off. We got boulders up on the approach, so we'll go over to St. Ambrose and Hastings to kick things off here. St. Ambrose will be on the left, Hastings on the right. Looking at the scoreboards up top. Once again, best of three, Baker format. Your leadoff bowler bowls the first and the sixth frame. Second bowler bowls second and the seventh. Third bowls third and the eighth. Fourth and ninth, and fifth bowls the fifth frame and the all-important 10th. Just had the first shot of McHenry and Whitewater. So let us know who you're cheering for in the chat. So we are underway in the semifinals now. It's not even 2 o'clock local time. We're cruising here. First mark in the books. Zach Denton delivers for St. Ambrose. Both teams open. Frame number 1. Whitewater off to an early advantage with a double to kick things off. Let's head over there for a quick second. Hastings matches the effort. Spare for first, or spare for McHenry in the first. Make it 3 in a row. David Eggert. Alec Carwick wasting no time to get up there. Let's try to make it 4 in a row as McHenry rings the 10. We'll get these spare shots and head back to St. Ambrose and Hastings. Finishing up frame 3 right now. That is a miscue early on here from the Bearcats. No problem for Whitewater. All even up through 3. St. Ambrose and Hastings, 4th frame. Gonna be even for at least one more. Hastings to match to keep it tied. McHenry delivered to strike their 3rd frame. Messenger bounced but didn't connect with the 10. So our first advantage. Although not by much. See if Brandon Dodge can make it a double. It's been tough from the outside with urethane. That one doesn't quite get up the hill though. Double from McHenry after the missed single pin. McHenry back-to-back spares after the opening 3-bagger. Let's head over to McHenry real quick. We'll get back for the spare shot. McHenry tries to make it 3 in a row. There it is, your tournament MVP. All right, one pin match here. McKendree bouncing back after the early open. All right, a little help there, getting rid of the 9-pin for Hastings. Just 3-6-10 left. No count lost with spares. We are all even here. We'll head back to McKendree and Whitewater after these spare attempts. Seven-pin matchup over there. Advantage Whitewater. Nice cover on the 3-6-10 textbook. To even this match up. There we go. Whitewater a frame ahead. But currently going to be head in that frame regardless. But if McKendree can find a way to double here in the 7th and the 8th. Can move into the lead. There's a start. Halfway there. St. Ambrose just took the advantage. Followed up that spare with a strike in the 7th. Hastings unable to match. A big opportunity here for Brian Halen to put his team ahead. Three-pin advantage, St. Ambrose, they can push it to 13 if they're able to double. Fighting Bees connect. Some great matchups here in the early going. It's going to have to hustle back. It does. Big wheel, keep on turning. Brian Halen. 9th frame, Alec Carr. And oh. Near disaster. But now an opportunity for McKendree to lean on its pair of left-handers, Jacob Nimps and Charlie Reed, to put away this matchup. We'll head back to St. Ambrose and Hastings after the shot. Business picks up over there. Make sure Carr picks up the spare. Does so. Is anyone up over here? Well, let's just at least take a quick look at the scoreboard. Hastings looking to cut it within single digits with the double. 9-pin. Does not fall. McKendree makes the spare, and the miscue from St. Ambrose. We could be tied with the spare. essentially all tied up heading into the 10th. 3-pin McHenry advantage. Let's go over there real quick. First shot of 10th, Brandon Mooney for Whitewater, and that, even though with more count, it got worse. Split becomes more difficult. Hastings picks up the spare, so we are dead even. Charlie Reed, if he gets this one, oh. Advantage still in McHenry's court. See if we can get the first shot of the 10th here. Once again, we're doing our best to go back and forth, try to time this out. Max score now 185. Double to win, but Hastings can be shut out here if they do not strike on the first shot of the 10th. Trenton Johnston. All right, going to come down to spares and fill balls. Let's go over here real quick. There's a spare for McHenry. Count to shut out. There's 1 7-pin. McHenry's going to take game 1. Coming down to fill ball here, folks, between St. Ambrose and Hastings. St. Ambrose in position to shut out. 9 they can't lose. 10 automatic victory. 214 to 199. McHenry takes game 1 over Wisconsin Whitewater. Here it is. Strike wins it. That's a winner. Fighting Bees up 1-0. Some frustration on Hastings' side as they're going to bring in a sub just to get a different look. Just the one open in the first, but could not find a double. St. Ambrose almost gave it away with a pair of missed single pins, but able to find a few strikes when they needed it. Take the 185-184 victory. Starting game 2, switch lanes. Wisconsin Whitewater now on your right. McHenry will be far left. Over on lanes 7 and 8. Pretty intense game 1. Semifinals, Leatherneck Classic men's competition. The winners of this matchup will meet for the title. The chance to add their name to the hanging banners you can see on the masking units here at Highland Park Bowl. Looking at the history of this event, we mentioned Whitewater had previously won in 2015. McKendree claimed the 2013 title. St. Ambrose and Hastings, neither team has won this event, so there will be an opportunity for a first-time champion regardless, because one of those two teams is advancing out of this. All right, the team on the left lane has gotten off to strong starts in both matches, but Whitewater was unable to take advantage. Early open from Hastings, spare in the second. St. Ambrose started with a strike, spare in the second. They're up in the third right now. Head over there. The completion of this frame. Whitewater with the flat 10. And first miscue for McKendree this game. St. Ambrose up 1-0 in this matchup. Hastings on the left, St. Ambrose on your right. Two early opens for the Broncos. So an opportunity here for St. Ambrose to put some distance here. Devastating strike shot, Cameron Crow. Hastings and get something going here. We've seen them have success in bracket play, winning the Mid-States Championships. They might need some help though. St. Ambrose looking pretty comfortable here. Could be a big double. There it is. St. Ambrose halfway to the title match. We just had a miscue from Wisconsin Whitewater. Brandon Mooney misses a single pin. As a third open. Spells nothing but trouble. 43 in the fourth. Time for St. Ambrose to take advantage. And still in great position, but got to close out. Take them out in the first round when you can. So there's one for Hastings. Need a few more just like that to start crawling their way back into this match. Otherwise, they're going to have a third place finish. Certainly nothing to feel bad about, of course, but their success at the Mid-States, I'm sure, wouldn't mind taking one more, but quickly losing frames. We'll head back to Whitewater and McKendree after this shot here from St. Ambrose. I mean, still in great position. Good bounce back after the split in the 6th. Back-to-back opens for Wisconsin Whitewater. McHenry now finds himself in that position to where they can begin to assert their dominance and try and get the ball to their anchor player, tournament MVP Charlie Reed. You can see the max scores on the board, 246 for McHenry, 215 for Whitewater. You feel they're going to need all of that to have a shot here. McHenry right now pacing at 206. If they can find any double here, though. Puts him right into the 2 teens. And just like that, how the game goes back and forth. It's split in the 9th frame from St. Ambrose, but still in a good spot. Still in a position where they'll be able to shut out. And another open frame for Hastings. They are in trouble. Big double there for Wisconsin Whitewater. And to put the Cameron Crope picked up that split. It's either a 6-7-10 or a 4-7-10 to all but seal it up. St. Ambrose count away from moving on to the finals. Five pins to start the 10th frame, and St. Ambrose is going to deliver the sweep. We're going to stay over here with McHenry and Whitewater now that that match is all but over. Big comeback there, Jacob Nimps. Delivers a setup, Charlie Reed, but right now, with that split, Whitewater, all 3 in the 10th, can shut out by 1. It's not going to happen, though. 3-9, first shot from Mooney. McHenry can fill 20 and win this. Max for Whitewater, 193. Spare strike for McHenry, 194. Strike here all but ends it. Tournament MVP. Charlie Reed for the win. McHenry's going to the title match. We're going to have a 1-2 matchup here. It is officially over between St. Ambrose and Hastings. The Fighting Bees sweep 2-0, just a matter of final score. We are all but done here on 7 and 8. Top seeded McHenry continues to roll undefeated through the bracket. So we'll have our top 2 teams throughout qualifying meeting up for the title here. That's ball game, folks. Consistent effort from Whitewater, 199 and 193, but just not enough against the firepower from McHenry. 200 to 137, the final tally. St. Ambrose delivers a sweep against Hastings. So our title match set. Only thing that's not set are our cameras. 214, 193. Pair of 214s for McHenry. So right now, title match set. McHenry, St. Ambrose coming to you next here on Bowl TV for the title here at the Leatherneck Classic, the 19th edition here in 2019. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to, let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to figure something out, but we will have to move some cameras around, so everyone hang tight. Time for practice. I assume once again we will have just a quick break for everyone to get to 11 and 12. Follow it up with 10 shots on each lane. Once again, assuming we'll hear the announcements, but right now we're going to start rearranging cameras, so everyone hang tight. Title match coming up next here on Bowl TV.
finish, I'll give you my handwriting, kind sir.
All right, I appreciate that.
I'm gonna make up planets for hometowns, okay?
Planets?
Planets.
Perfect.
Don't think I will. I will. Nope.
We didn't win that practice, huh?
It's not fentanyl out here, boys. It's kind of soft. Awesome.
Come on, Zim. Let's get it going.
Go, Bees!
All right, folks, welcome to the title match here at the 2019 Leatherneck Classic. Top qualifier, McKendree, taking on number 2 in the standings overall this week. These teams facing off in this best-of-3 final. Nothing but strikes so far here in the early going.
Come on, beat it.
All right. Deadwood cleared. We're all set. We're rolling. And the first miscue of the match goes to St. Ambrose. Kendry left with a 310 in the second. Our lineups here for St. Ambrose. Jordan Monins leading off, Zach Denton second, William Jones third. This is Cameron Crowe stepping up in the 4th spot, and Brandon Dodge at the 5. Oh! Wow. I saw some pins slide around here earlier, but yowza. You see that with a 10 pin occasionally, but like a high flush 10 from the left side? Wow. All right. Nice cover there by Andrew Orff, who's bowling in the number 2 position for McKendree. Dylan Zimmerman leading off. Brian Halen third. Jake Nims 4th, and Charlie Reed, tournament MVP in the 5 spot. Brian Halen, past Junior Team USA member, delivers 10 back. The national champion with McKendree. Here's Brandon Dodge. Team was hoping for an opportunity for a double, but gonna make a great shot regardless. 10 back. Jake Nims stepping up next. Junior for the Bearcats. The first sign of trouble for McKendree. 3-6-7. Jordan Monins delivered a strike to kick things off here. Two-hander attacking the lanes from the left side. Adds another. Each team bringing 2 southpaws in the mix. Zach Denton gets him to crumble 3 in a row for the Fighting Bees. Our tournament MVP averaged more than 246 yesterday, including a 300 game, 817 series out of the gates.
One time, let's go.
William Jones looking to get things going here after the open in frame number 3. Comes in high, but 6'10", everything together. Great stat from Ralph in the chat, 3 freshmen in the lineup right now for St. Ambrose. For McKendree, this team made up of nothing but seniors and juniors. Dylan Zimmerman mixing it up for the double. Asking for both, get both. So it's still a little tough to judge. St. Ambrose a few frames ahead. You can see the max scores up there though. And designer split here. In the 7-3, 4, 7-10. Cameron Crowe has been pretty locked in here throughout match play. It comes in light, 3-9. Andrew Orff looking to make a run here. Junior out of Illinois. Is just going to get the 1. Drops the max score for McKendree down to 206. 2 marks will get there for St. Ambrose. There's 1.
Go, Beast! Go, Beast!
All right, McKendree hanging around. But can this game essentially could be over. St. Ambrose could be 1 win away from claiming their first Leatherneck Classic title. They're able to deliver a strike here. All right. Gets the 1-3, leaves the 7 standing. Makeable spare. This game is over if Nimps does not strike. To force him to make it. There it is. We've seen what Charlie Reed has done this weekend. So if you're Brandon Dodge, you think, cannot let this one slip by.
There you go, Brandon. Yeah, Brandon. Good job, Brandon.
The team likes it. It just needs 5 pins. To lock out McKendree. 7's a winner. .209 gets the job done in game number 1. As they first lost in the bracket today for McHenry. Swept St. Francis, Illinois, and Wisconsin Whitewater. All right, tally, game 1. St. Ambrose, 209 to 193. All right, scenario's pretty simple here, folks. St. Ambrose wins. Game number 2, it's done. They're tournament champions. Otherwise, McHenry needs to win this game in order to force a deciding game 3. McHenry huddling up off camera. St. Ambrose wasting no time here. Jordan Monens gonna get things going. Just a 3-pin. Left a comment in the chat, but when we went down to secure our lineups, did not see a single reactive resin ball on the rack. It was all urethane. Dylan Zimmerman leading off for McHenry. All right, no 5-7. No 5-7 on live stream. Been there. It's not fun. Dylan mixes it up, leaves just a 7-pin, so a pair of single pins to convert here for our leadoff bowlers.
There you go.
There's one.
Go, B.
All right, all even after 1. St. Ambrose up 1-0 in this best of 3 title match. 2019 Leatherneck Classic. Zach Denton stepping up second frame for the Fighting Bees. Still being able to control that outside part of the lane. We saw some folks start to get left on the right side. But both of these teams electing to keep straighter angles. And oh, Andrew Orff taking care of business with the trip 5 there. Which is an odd thing to say in most situations, but he played it off the right way. So, touche, Andrew, touche. William Jones stepping up, looking to get something going here. Oh, tripping 4s. So William had the open early on last game and then went through the nose. That one ran high too, but got the hit. So he's going to have to make an adjustment. But right now, he's given his team the early advantage. Can McHenry match? Oh! Too late love taps for the Bearcats. We're even after 3. Cameron Crowe made the all-tournament team at the Midwest Collegiate Championships. His first event. So the young freshman can bring the heat. Left that crazy 10-pin in game 1. Didn't give it a chance to even think about it there. 10 back. Jake Nibbs for McKendree. Let's go, folks. This is what we're talking about. These were the top 2 teams this week. McKendree qualified first, St. Ambrose second. St. Ambrose took game 1, 209 to 193. And in an elimination game right now. Title on the line, both teams. Trading punch for punch. Brandon Dodge has got to push. Chance for McKendree to take the advantage here. Charlie Reed. Now a senior out of San Antonio. 300 already at this event. Puts his team in the lead, trying to force a deciding game 3. No problem on the spare. Back to the leadoff bowlers. Dylan Zimmerman for McKendree on the left. Jordan Monens, St. Ambrose on the right. These are 2 of the top teams in collegiate bowling. And for good reason. Zimmerman looking for 5. And a 10-pin slides again on lane 11. And the rack is not going to pick it up. It's a little bit different than Cameron Crowe's, but still. What could have been, and chance to even things up here once again. All right. I don't blame Jordan there. You got to. I would have felt that they were going to potentially start that process, get that pin reset. I'd take my time there too, just circle back, hold pre-shot routine. Do not want to let an opportunity slip away here. All tied up again with a strike. There it is. Good reset, Jordan. You like to see that out of young players. Showing some great discipline there. A great reset. Here we are. All tied up with the spare. Zach Denton was good last time on this lane. Creeps a touch high, 9-pin. Andrew Orff for McKendree. And almost a similar hit as last time. He came in light, was able to trip the 5-pin out, does not get it to tumble here in frame 7. The good news for McKendree, though, since their spares are back-to-back here, they're still going to hold the advantage. Both players convert.
There you go.
There's one. That's going to be advantage McKendree up 9. If Orff connects on the 5-pin. No doubter right there. 8, 9, 10. St. Ambrose complete the comeback here. Kendry Force a deciding game 3. William Jones. Came in high last time. Looks like he made a little bit of a move, and good shot gets there. Just didn't have enough oomph at the 1-3, flat 10. Brian Halen, the senior. He's been through so much here in this program. Such an accomplished player. Can he add a Leatherneck Classic title to it? Try and get his team one more game. There it is. Big shot in the 8th. Spare by William Jones. Difference though, 10 pins. Jake Nims can put it to 20 with a strike in the 9th. There it is. McHenry's going to have a chance to lock out. Max score for St. Ambrose as Cameron Crowe steps up to 38. Now the max drops down to 227. So McHenry now just needs a mark. They're going to force deciding game 3. Oh. For 10 pins that decide to slide to the left, that one slid far enough to the right. Folks, we're going to 3. Teams will switch lanes once again for game 3. Charlie Reed has been so good. Finishes it off 258. Impressive. St. Ambrose posting a nice clean game here. Going to be in the 2 teens, but not going to be enough. Got our poll out. Who you got winning? Before we started, McHenry took 67%. Let's see who the audience thinks is going to take the dub. 258 to 215. One game to go to decide the Leatherneck Classic here in 2019. Thank you for watching on Bowl TV. We certainly appreciate the support as we continue to grow our collegiate platform. 62%. Believe McHenry is going to win this final game. 38% believe in the Fighting Bees. We'll know in just a couple of short minutes. First shot for McHenry. We saw a few shots from the right-handers start to creep high on the pocket down the stretch there for St. Ambrose, but they were playing a little more direct. McHenry's right-hander was creating a little more shape, a little more angle through the front part of the lane. But we also saw in lane 11 that definitely made Carey a little bit interesting. They got away with a few hits. Late trip of 5, late trip of 4. And right now it's off to an early double. Zimmerman and Orff delivering. Jordan Monins with the spare. Zach Denton looking to get the Fighting Bees their first strike here. There it is. Just talk with our tournament director, Sean Walkner. We'll keep the cameras rolling for the trophy presentation, which will immediately follow this game. All tied up 1 apiece. St. Ambrose takes game 1, 209 to 193. McHenry roars back 258, 215. Brian Halen is going to have to hustle. Does. Best shot of the finals here for William Jones when they needed it. Early statement, we're going nowhere double. I don't know if that's a thing, but I just made it. Jake Nims. Do we see 4 for 4? There it is. Cameron Crowe, keep it at 10 pins.
One time.
There it is. That 9-pin thought about it for a second, but it knew better. Let's go. This is fantastic. Tournament MVP. To keep McHenry clean through 5. Perfect through 5. There we go, folks. 5 for 5. McHenry out of the gates. Brandon Dodge looking to match. And we have trouble. 4, 7, 10. potential open drops St. Ambrose's max into the 250s. Kendry 5 for 5. Dylan Zimmerman comes in light. Streak ends at 5, but 2-4 together, makeable spare. 2-4-10 for Brandon Dodge. He's going to have to get aggressive here, make a run at it. Takes the one. As the scoreboard says, still have 253 out there, so far from done, but this McKendree team has looked strong. 258 last game. Nice cover there by Dylan. Clean through 6. Right off his hand, but Jordan's going to get the Brooklyn hit. And a sigh of relief as well. Andrew Orff. It's been light on the head pin, but it's been working. He's been getting the hits. Zach Denton has been so solid here. Needs one for his team and a second 4-7-10. Excuse me. Seen too many bowling leaves this week. Just gonna waste no time, switch to plastic. Also gets the one. Drops the max score down to 219. McKendree on a 2:30 pace. Just need to fill frames here. 8, 9, and 10. And the Bearcats claim their first Leatherneck Classic title since 2013. All right, folks, we're getting to victory lap time here from Kendry. 2 splits in the 5th and the 7th frames. The undoing for St. Ambrose. And although we nearly saw the 7-10 there, Kendry already done enough to put itself in position. Coast to victory here. As soon as we finish up, obviously both of these teams, excellent weekend of work. Top 2, the overall standings on a tough 37-foot pattern that we saw some scores early yesterday. They toughened up in the back half of the day. Teams made adjustments today in Baker. As we said, all urethane on the rack here in the championship match, and Kendry kind of set the pace early on, courtesy of this gentleman here getting the opportunity to finish it off. Charlie Reed, 300 in game 2, 817 out of the gates. Your tournament MVP. The team rolled from there. McHenry, congratulations, you have won the Leatherneck Classic. Second time in school history, winning the bracket portion. St. Ambrose, nice strong showing. This is certainly an ITC matchup awaiting to happen. Great week for the Fighting Bees, but right now it's time to celebrate the Bearcats. Once again, as a reminder, we will have our trophy presentation as soon as we finish up here. Just a matter of final score now. But what a finish here by McHenry after 193 to kick things off. Bounce back to 258, 247 to claim the title. 2019 Leatherneck Classic champions, the McHenry Bearcats. Sportsmanship, some great sportsmanship being exhibited here by both teams. Both know the fight to get here, and we went to a deciding game. That's all you can ask for as a bowling fan, so congratulations, both programs. Final shot here from Brandon Dodge. McHenry setting the pace, though, here. Front five. Final tally, 247 to 187. McHenry with the victory. Our tournament host, Sean Walkner, is going to be getting the trophy ceremony going here, so we're going to get ready for that as well. So everyone hang tight. So we recognize our champions, the McHenry Bearcats, taking the win.
Congratulate our runner-up for 2019 Leatherneck.
I didn't notice that all weekend.
And taking their second Leatherneck Classic Championship, the 2019 champions, McHenry University.
use bowling career.
All right, folks. Photos secured. We're all done here from Highland Park Bowl. I want to thank you for joining us here throughout the course of the week, or weekend. It was a fun week, fun tournament. Some high scores, some excitement. A deciding third game for the championship match against our two top teams. Can't ask for much more than that. So I want to say thank you to our staff here at Highland Park Bowl, Alan and company. Just a fantastic job. Big thank you to all of them for all the hard work and extra hours. Our tournament director, Sean Walkner, of all of his volunteers. 19th year here at the Leatherneck Classic, and now a two-time champion, the McHenry Bearcats. Doing what they needed to do. Down 0-1, backs against the wall. Struck when they needed to. Down the stretch, two big games. They are your 2019 Leatherneck Classic champions. Congratulations as well to St. Ambrose on an excellent performance, finishing as the runners-up. But right now, I'm going to send it over to my broadcast partner. You good folks, please visit the women's featured station to watch the conclusion of the women's portion taking place at Big River Bowl in Davenport, Iowa. Emil Williams Jr. and Shannon Sellens bringing you home over there, but we've done all we can do here. It's time to pack up and move on. We are going to get ready for our next event, the Hawk Classic, November 22nd through the 24th. Emil and Daniel Farish will be out there. That event hosted by Maryland Eastern Shore, NCAA event coming up next. But once again, a big thank you to each and every one of you for joining us. We certainly enjoyed bringing you this great collegiate bowling action. So that's going to wrap it up. I'm Aaron Smith. Thank you again for joining us here on Bowl TV. And we'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. And thank you for being part of the Bowl TV community. Bowl TV, bowling lives here. Good night, everybody.